Hey there, welcome to the video. Now, one of the most popular types of books to publish on Amazon KDP would be the activity books for kids niche. And more specifically, a niche that's always done well and consistently sells year round would be the maze activity books for kids. Now, the great thing about this niche is that if you're just starting out on Amazon KDP, this is a relatively easy and beginner-friendly way to start making sales and start earning income. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can make a cool $3,935 a month publishing just one of these simple books. I'll also be showing you how you can get started creating this type of interior, as well as the super important keyword research, which is what you're going to need to get the book ranked and ultimately sold. So if you're a beginner looking to make income online, or you're just trying to add a new stream of income, or you're looking to just get into a new niche, well then this video is for you. But before that, hey guys, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, whenever you're publishing on Amazon KDP, the first thing that you want to do is your research. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean finding out if that niche that you want to enter is going to be something that's worth it and something that's profitable. In other words, I'm talking about niche validation. On top of that, you're going to want to find the keywords that are going to go into your title, your subtitle, and those back-end keywords that are going to give you the best chance at ranking on the first page of Amazon, as well as even being seen on Google. So here I am on Amazon and I did a search for maze activity book. And the first thing that I always look at are the search results. And right off the bat, I see that there's 7,000 search results for maze activity book. So this is going to tell me that there's a lot of competition in this specific keyword. And when I'm doing niche validation, I like to look for three things. Number one are the search results. So with the search results, I like to look for about 1,000 results and below, because that's going to tell me how much competition is in that specific keyword. In my experience, if you go above 1,000 search results, it's going to be harder to get ranked on the first page for your chosen keyword. So I like to look for 1,000 and below. Number two, I like to look for 3 competitors that are all independently published books that we're going to compete against, that all have a BSR rank or a best sellers rank of 300,000 and below. And then number 3, I like to look at a niche score that's provided with a plugin that I use of at least 50 and above. Now, since we know that this keyword is a little bit too competitive, we're going to want to niche down a little bit. So the first thing I like to do is click on the search bar where there's going to be more suggestions from Amazon. And this specific plugin I'm using is called AMZ Suggestion Expander. And it's just basically going to give you a little bit more keyword suggestions from Amazon. So if we go ahead and look at this maze activity book for kids ages 8 to 12, we can see it has 1,000 results. So right now we know this is a little bit better. So let's go ahead and look at the second part, which is 3 competitors under 300,000 BSR. So if we scroll down and we disregard the sponsored posts, because these are where people are paying for ads, we want to look at the organic rankings. So this is not independently published. This is not independently published. This one has a 73,000 rank. So there's one book. Here's another one that's ranked at 8,000. So that's 2 books. That's not one. And then here's a third one ranking at 23,000. So that's 3 books. Here's another one, 4 books. And as you can see, there are quite a few books that are ranking under 300,000 below that are all independently published. And so we know that there is demand in this niche now. And then the last thing that we want to do is look at the niche score. And this one that I use, which is Titan's Quick View, which is a free plugin to use, it's giving a niche score of 60. So they have their algorithm of how they actually come up with this number. But what I look for is 50 and above, and this is ranking at 60. So now that we've successfully validated this niche, this is a good keyword to keep track of and put on a spreadsheet along with all the other keywords that you come up with, so that when you're creating your title, your subtitle, and the back-end keywords, you have a list of keywords to go after. Now, if we do a quick Google search for the same keyword, we can see that the first listing here is actually a listing on Amazon. And then if we scroll down a little bit more, here's another listing here that's from Amazon. And then this book is from Amazon. This book is from Amazon. And so as you can see, there are a bunch of listings here from Amazon that are showing up on the first page of Google for this keyword. So if you're able to rank on the first page of Google for your chosen keyword, it's just going to add more visibility to your book, which more visibility can equal more sales. Now, if we take a look at these two books right here, we can see that they have a very similar cover, but one is priced at $5.99 and the other is priced at $10.51. But this one right here, that's $10, is ranking at $7,395 versus the one that's cheaper, that's ranking a little bit higher at $11,328. So I actually want to go ahead and check out this book. So as we can see, these are mazes for kids ages 4 to 8, 104 mazes. There's 658 ratings with an overall 4.8 star review. If we scroll down here and look at the BSR, once again, this is a free plugin from Self-Publishing Titans. But if we look at the last 30 days, we can see it's BSR. And then if we go back to 60 days and then 6 months and even up to a year, we can see how the sales have been going for this book. And then if we go all time, we can kind of get an idea of how it's been ranking all time of when it released back in 2022. And it's actually maintained a pretty consistent sales rank where back in 2023, it was seeing its best sales ever. And then in 2024, as you can see, the BSR is slowly starting to rise. And here are some pictures for the actual book itself so we can get an idea of what it looks like. Now, if we take a look at the cover of the book, we can see that it's a pretty simple cover with a few graphics and elements. Here's a picture of the maze. We have mazes written in large, bold font. And then we have a giraffe with a rocket. So it's very playful, but it's not that hard to make. And even if you don't have the design skills to make this type of cover, you can easily outsource it and have someone on Fiverr create you a cover that's as competent as this one. But if we look at the interiors, we can see here's one example of the maze. This is a submarine themed maze. The next one is a snail maze. Now, if we take their bestsellers rank of $7,395 and put into a sales calculator, we can see that it's making about 32 sales per day, which equates to about 960 units per month. And in dollar terms, that's about $131 per day or $3,935 per month. And this is coming from just one book. And the best part about this is that these sales are all mostly passive income. So that's a sizable chunk. I mean, almost $4,000 a month from one single book. Who's going to say no to that? So now that we've validated the niche, we've seen the interiors and some examples of these books and know that we can make money, the next question is, how do we make the interiors of these maze books? So there's actually a few different ways to go about this. The first way is to use BookBolt. Now, BookBolt is not a free tool. It's actually a paid tool, but if you have it, this is a great way to be making these types of maze activity books. So once you're on BookBolt, if you click on this man person right here and you go to BookBolt Studio, you're going to see that I started creating this maze activity book. So once you do that is once you have your page set up, you're going to click this maze looking button right here. And then you're going to go and filter this by pro only. And then when you scroll down, you're going to see these 5 mazes right here. So these are the mazes that we want to use in this activity book. You can choose to use one type of maze for your entire book, or you can mix and match, which I decided to mix and match. And basically what you do is you go and choose your maze. So for example, if I choose this circular maze, all we have to do is choose the pages that we want this type of maze to appear on. So what I did is I wanted to just start at page number 3 because I was going to create page number 1 and number 2 for a title as well as a belongs to page. So I started at page number 3. And so all you do is you click the pages that you want it to be on. And then you scroll down here, click next. And then it's going to ask you a few questions, the stroke width, line color, solution placement, and all this stuff. I just kept this all the same. Really, the only ones that I play with would be the cell count. and then this solution page. Now this solution page, you can either do it with no solutions, which won't make sense. You want a solution page. You can either put it on the same page, which also doesn't make sense. You can manually select solution pages. So this will allow you to select certain pages afterwards, or you can do it right after each puzzle page or after all the puzzle pages. And so I just chose after all puzzle pages. And then with the cell count, this is basically how big you want the cells to be. The bigger the number, the wider the cells, the smaller the number, the smaller the cells. And so I just kept it at 10. And then bleed mode, you want to check work area because it'll consider the KDP margins for you. And then one template per page. And then I just click next. And then it'll ask you for the solution pages, which it already pre-chose for me because it's going to be right after these puzzles. So here are the solution pages. And then once you submit, it'll start creating it for you. And then this is how it looks like. So here's the first maze right here. As you can see, this is where it starts. And then if you follow along, you just try to find the end of the maze, which I just did on the first try. And then here's the second maze. So these are all different mazes. Okay, these are not the same. They're all different. They might look very similar, but they're all different. And then when we start with the solution pages, as you can see, here it is. And this is the way that I went. If you watched me, boom, 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 boom. And then here are all the solution pages. And so all I was doing was I was creating a bunch of different mazes to be included in this activity book, because then I started with this honeycomb looking one. And then I created 10 of these. And then if we go to the solutions page of this one, we can see here it is right here. Here are all the solutions for every puzzle. And then the next one I did was this circular one. So it's getting a little bit more difficult. And then if we look at the solution pages for this one, we can see there it is. And then the next type of maze I did was right here. And this one is getting a little bit more difficult, as you can see. So I'm starting with easy mazes and then continually getting a little bit more difficult. So here's a solution page right here. Here's another one right here. And then finally, the last type of puzzle, which is the rectangular pages. So this is meant to be a little bit more difficult compared to the rest. And so if we look at the solutions, we can see that here it is. And once again, these are all unique puzzles. None of them are going to be the same. And so my book came out to 110 pages, which is about typical for this type of book. And I did all of that in just about 5 to 10 minutes. Now, you can take your time with it. You can create more puzzles. You can add more graphics, more elements. You can make it more complicated. But I was just showing you the ease of BookBolt, and that all I have to do now is download the project and it would be ready to upload onto KDP. Now, if you don't want to do any of that and you want something that's more done for you, well, you can go to a site like Creative Fabrica, where they're going to have a wide assortment of maze book interiors for you to download. So I did a search for a maze on Creative Fabrica, and then I filtered by KDP interiors, and we can see there's over 46,000 of these interiors that we can go ahead and download. And so if we just look one by one, we can see that there's a lot of different types of mazes here. We have circular mazes, we have diamond shaped mazes, we have these scribble mazes, we have easy mazes, we have mazes that are shaped into animals. We have mazes for virtually every single type of thing. So what I would suggest if you're going to be using Creative Fabrica to download these interiors is not to just download one singular interior, but instead download a bunch of different types of interiors and mix and match the puzzles so you create something that is more original, something that is more unique, and something that not a lot of people are going to see on Amazon. So let's say I want to combine both these geometric shape mazes as well as these scribble mazes. How would I do that? So what I would do is I would download these mazes, and then I would use a free program like Canva and upload these images. So as you can see, here is the first image, and all we have to do is just resize it. And then for the next page, I would go and do the scribble one. I'll just take this first one, put it into here, and here's the scribble one. And I would just repeat this one after the other. And then the next one, I would choose another one of these regular ones, set image as background, and then I would do the scribble. So I would just alternate. And as you can see, in just a matter of minutes, I've built a couple pages here. Here's the first page, and then it alternates with a scribble. And then here's the next maze. And as you can see, it just alternates. And then I would just do this until I had about 100 to 110 pages of mazes, and then it'll be all good to go. And then all you would need to do is click on this share, download it as a PDF print. And if you have the paid version, obviously choose CMYK, but if not, you can also use RGB. Once you hit download, it'll be ready to upload onto KDP. Now, if this is still taking too much time and you just want something done for you, completely done for you, then I would suggest using a site like Fiverr, where you can just hire someone to create these types of interior pages for you. So here we are on Fiverr. I just did a search for maze, and we can see there's 203 results that come up, and these are all the people that will create these type of maze books for you. So I see two right here. One will create a unique maze puzzle book starting at $10, and then the same right here. So if we look at both of these listings, we can see the type of mazes that this person creates. So as you can see, if this is something that you like, then they can create it for you. And with this gig, it starts at $10, which gives you 10 basic unique mazes. And so for this type of book, you're gonna need at least 50 mazes. So that's gonna be about $50, about $1 a maze. And then if we go to the other one right here, same thing, 10 unique mazes with solutions for $10, and then 30. So this is $1 per maze. So $50 for 50 mazes. And this is a little bit of the mazes that they make here, as you can see. So for $50, which you're gonna get 50 unique mazes with solutions, and some of them actually even come with covers. I don't think that's such a bad price, especially thinking about that you could make a couple $1,000s off of this one book. So now that we validated the niche and know that this could be quite profitable, we've looked at examples of some successful books, and we know how to create the interiors of these books. The next part comes the all-important keyword research. And this is where you're going to want to really take your time, because without the proper keyword research, your book might not ever be seen by your customers. Now, when doing keyword research, the first thing I always start out with is the most generic search. In this case, I just do kids maze book. And when I type that into Amazon, a bunch of suggestions will come up like this. And all I do is I take all of these keywords and I start compiling it on a spreadsheet and creating a list of keywords that I'm going to go ahead and analyze after. And once I'm done writing down all these keywords, the next part is to look for more keywords. And so if I was just to stay with kids maze book, I would just hit the space button, and then you'll see a few more show up like this. And then what you can do is you can go through the alphabet. So you can start doing A, as you can see more come up right here. You could do B, as you can see more come up right here. You could do C, as you see some more come up right here, and so on and so forth. And then once you're done with kids maze book, you could just do a variation. So you could do maze books 4, and then all these pop up. So you're going to want to take note of all these, put it on your list, and then go through the alphabet. A, once again, take all these down. B, write all these down. C, write this down. D, write these down, and so on and so forth. After that, you could do maze activity and then write all these down, and then you could do 4. So you get the point, right? It's to come up with a long list of keywords that we can go ahead and analyze. And in this case, the more the merrier. The more keywords that you have, the better chance that you're going to find something that no one else is using, because the longer your list of keywords, the better chance you have at actually finding a combination of keywords to create for your title, your subtitle, and the back-end keywords. So as you can see, I went ahead and did research for the maze book niche, and I came up with about 100 plus keywords for this niche. And I've done all my analysis. So that includes the search results, the question of whether there's 3 under 300,000 BSR. I even keep track of the average BSR on the first page, as well as the niche score, which is provided by the Self-Publishing Titans free plugin. So if you see all these greens, that means it's good. And anything here that's colored is also good. And blue is probably the best color. So for example, this maze book for adults and teens, it has 1,000 search results. Yes, on the 3 under 300,000 BSR, and then a 71 niche score. So this might be potentially something that's quite profitable. If we scroll down, we can see another one right here at 78, although the search results are a little too high at 4,000. So we keep scrolling down. And then we see one right here where it says maze puzzles for adults with dementia. It has 259 search results and a niche score of 88. So as you can see, there are a bunch of keywords here that I've already done research on. I've already done analysis on. And this actually took me quite a long time, like it always does, to do the research, to compile the list of keywords, and then do the analysis for each individual keyword. But it's what you have to do to be successful on KDP, because without proper keyword research, you're not going to be able to rank your books. You're not going to be able to find the keywords so that it shows up on Amazon for your customers to go ahead and buy. But because you made it to the end of this video, I want to thank you by making this list of keywords available to you to download. The link is in my Gumroad shop down below in the description. So if you want to start making some maze books, go ahead and download it and start making these books so that you can start making some sales and hopefully some passive income. Well, there you have it. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and hopefully you're able to implement it into your low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.